Hey friends, so welcome to DVC Inc. Live. We are so excited that you are joining us today. We have a happy book birthday and we are pretty pumped up about it. So today is Regan's book, Guided Math Amps, first day out into the big wide world, and we are so excited. This is a book that you want to get in the hands of your staff, of your colleagues, of your friends. It is incredible, like incredible. You will want this book. And Regan is going to be joining us and talking a little bit about what she hopes the readers would gain from this book. And in the meantime, if you are here and you're joining us, we would love for you to leave a comment over in the comment section. Make sure to pose any questions that you might have, because we will be answering all those questions. We'll have Regan right here on the show with us to answer questions. So be sure and list any comments you have there. And we will be giving away a free book of choice to anyone who comments. So be sure, drop your name over there, say who you are, where you're from. And in the meantime, we will just go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Tara, your host today. And then we have Regan on the show. So Regan, I told them a little bit about how you are the author of our brand new book. You do some incredible things with math. You share out on Teachers Pay Teachers. You're just all over the place and pretty amazing, actually. So tell them a little more about your role and what you do, and we'll dive into the book in just a moment.
Okay, thank you so much, Tara. Sorry for the technical difficulties I had.
No worries.
Hi, I'm Regan Tunstall, and I'm so excited to be with Tara and the DVC Inc. team. I guess my role, I'm a teacher at heart. I taught 2 decades, half in California, half in Texas. And for the last 8 years, I have been presenting on the subject of guided math as well as other subjects. But guided math is definitely my passion and the area that I have really just kind of devoted my career to. And that's kind of where the book comes in.
Yes, and we are so excited about it. I think this is a book that I feel like anybody could really benefit from if you teach math at all, just because it's all about personalization. It's all about really meeting the students where they're at. And I won't go into much detail. I'll let you talk to the author herself, but I personally absolutely love this book. I got to do a lot with guided math in my undergrad and graduate program, and then also like in my own classroom as an elementary teacher. So I'm really excited about this resource being in the hands of all the learners and all of the teachers out there, so our students can truly benefit from that kind of education. So Regan, I'm curious, and I'm sure our listeners are as well, what are you hoping the readers will gain from guided math amps?
Well, I guess at the core of everything would be kind of a, it's like taking your teacher bestie, but who's your mentor, into your classroom with you and just walking through minute by minute and saying like, I love this part, but what if we tried this? And just kind of that teacher to teacher perspective of the entire math block. So it's all under the umbrella of guided math and those components that you will find in a guided math classroom. That's first and foremost. But then it kind of takes a deep dive into the components and just really looks at like, what are you currently doing? What is happening? How are the students doing? And so it's really about creating a student-centered math block that reaches every level of learner, and then also reinvigorates your love for the math workshop classroom and getting to know your students and having them be the empowered mathematicians rather than you being the sole expert in the room. Now we're all expert mathematicians and we're doing this together, and everybody touches the tools and everybody gets to talk about strategies, and it's not just the one model in the front. So it's really kind of sharing it, the passion for math and the buy-in and the empowerment and confidence around math.
I love it. And who wouldn't want that for our students? I know that I hear lots of students. In fact, I was just talking to my boy this morning. So he graduated this weekend from college.
I saw that. Congratulations.
So funny. It's crazy how they graduate. So I'm like, where did my baby go?
I know.
I saw your boy is a colonel now.
Yes. Well, he's a senior in high school, not college, but my daughter's a junior in college, so I can totally relate. And I was like, oh my gosh, that I'm almost there. You know, it's insane what they can do.
It's wild. So Caleb he graduated before he took his final. So he's taking his math final today, his last one. And he's like, Mom, I just don't like math. And I'm like, so many kids though say that. And I'm like, Caleb, you're great at it. You're going to be just fine. You know, given the same pep talk we give teachers. But I love that guided math is maybe changing the mindset behind it for students and helping them all to feel super successful in all the different parts and pieces of it. Do you feel like that's true?
Yes. So I think that, you know, it's one thing to be the teacher and be excited to teach math, but then what really kind of shifted my mind, it was the very first year, and I talk about it in the book, so I won't go into too much detail, but I realized that my joy of doing math wasn't translating to my students, and I had to shift everything so that they could feel what I was feeling. Because as a student growing up, I got traditional math instruction, one size fits all, and I idolized the teacher at the overhead. I'm old, and she, you know, or he would be doing the math, and I would be taking it in. But then I'd get home to actually do the math and panic, you know, wait, what? Wait, how did they do that? You know, going back to my notes. But had I had a chance to have a seat with the teacher, even for a few minutes, and work out problems and talk about strategies and have that support there, so that I was the mathematician, it would have really changed my confidence and my feelings altogether about math. And I think that's really what you see. People either think math is wonderful and they love it, or they say, I hate math, I'm not good at it. And it's really probably because of negative interactions that they had, you know, or I guess, you know, just not getting what they needed and that support to say, yes, you can do it. Let's do it this way. Or, you know, why don't we try this? And so it's a flexible way to run your math block that supports every learner.
Yeah, it's so true. I think that I'm really excited for people to get their hands on it, because if you haven't done guided math block before ever, then you're going to start out with the best resource ever. And then if you have already tried guided math, then you're still going to gain so much from this resource. It's going to amp it up, literally.
I really did, you know, because I mean, I've taught this structure even before it was called guided math. And so after I've experimented in so many different ways, and then I've had amazing mentors come into my life and teachers who taught next door that I was like, wow, why didn't I try that? You know, just so many different experiences through 2 decades of teaching that I think even if you've been doing this a while, you're still going to find realizations where you're like, oh, well, shoot, I could be doing that all along. And I mean, and that goes for everyone. If I stepped into a classroom tomorrow with a brand new set of students, I would still make adjustments, because that's how teaching is. You know, we're always honing our craft.
Exactly. So Regan, I love asking the authors this question when we're on the show. I love asking them about the writing process. So I know that you've written curriculum before for math, but this is your first actual book in this type of format, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm curious to know, and I love asking this question on the book birthday, what was the process like of writing a book, and maybe what was your favorite part about the book?
Okay, well, I definitely was like, I felt the stirring long before I ever actually typed any words. I have been presenting, like I said, on guided math for 8 years, and it started out, and I shudder when I think about, like, even filling 1 hour, I was so nervous, and I was not a good speaker, but the passion, as soon as I got into talking about the actual math, then I relaxed, and then I would just speak from my heart and share what I really believed and was passionate about. And so that experience of talking and interacting with teachers about it gave me confidence that this is something that people really respond to and have requested over and over and over and invited me back. And so I felt that this was something valuable that would really help more than just, those who I had a chance to speak with. And so it was that confidence, and then pair that with COVID-19. And I've got a lot of time on my hands, and I'm not talking to teachers. I'm just kind of sitting, and so it was like, if ever there was a time, this is the time. And so I reached out to Dave. I actually spoke with different people about which, publisher should I go with, and everyone was like, I know you, and I know him, and definitely go with Dave Burgess. And so I was like, okay, this is definitely the way. And so once I spoke with him, and I was just on fire, I was like ready to write, because that was a really powerful meeting that we had on Zoom. And so then I think the hardest part was just starting, like the introduction, that took me forever, 5 million drafts. But again, just like speaking, as soon as I got to the actual math content, it was so much easier. And it just, okay, how about this? Oh yeah, don't want to forget this, and I wrote, rewrote, deleted, edited. And of course, that's all before y'all even got your hands on it. So then it's way better. But that, I think, was my process. And it probably took, I would say, like 5 months, because I would do a lot, and then I would need to take a break from it and come back, reread, and then adjust again and continue. But anyway, so my favorite part is the teacher to teacher, just talking from experience and saying, like, I got to tell you about this one time, what happened and why I will never do it that way again. Or, oh man, this was really powerful, and I will always do it this way from now on. And so just those moments in the book where I really got to say, like, come into my room and let me tell you what happened, good and bad.
I love that. And I'm so glad you came to be a part. I'm with Dave. I'm so glad you came to be a part of DVC Inc. family. You fit so beautifully here. Everyone on the whole team always speaks highly of you and how easy it was to work with you. So super exciting. But also, I love your favorite part, that it's kind of like that piece you said. It's like inviting your bestie, your math teacher bestie, in the room and saying, hey, by the way, don't do this. Or do this. It's amazing. I'll never do it differently. So Regan, we are just pumped about Guided Math Amped. We feel like it's just going to serve so many students out there. If you are a teacher who teaches math, or any teachers that teach math that could use this book in their classroom to help amp up their math block, do give them the link there above and below this video. And David shared it over in the comments too. And remember, all the comments from now until tomorrow that are over in the comment section will be entered to win a free book of choice from our bookstore. We do offer, that's kind of our party favor for all the book birthdays. So we really love doing that. And Regan, if they want to connect with you in other ways, how can they get in contact with you? And I know you have an email list, and you're constantly sharing out incredible information there that they can literally take and apply in their classroom tomorrow. So be sure and share how to sign up for that as well.
Okay. I think the easiest way to find me is on social media. Regan Tunstall is on Instagram or Facebook, but my business name is actually, don't judge me, it's 11 years old, but it's Tunstall's Teaching Tidbits. And that is where I primarily share out, like, that's my business page on Facebook, and my website, tunstallsteachingtidbits.com. And I blog every week, and I have a newsletter there. The sign up is there. There's also at the top where you can find read all about the book, and also for professional development, if that's something that you would like. So everything's linked on my website to where to find me other places.
Perfect. And we'll be sure to add that link to the video above and below. Oh, Dave is getting them over here on the comment section. So check there too. He's on top of it. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Regan. I know a lot of people might be still in school yet. They haven't gone out yet. But if you're watching this on the playback, your comments still count. We understand that you're busy teachers out there, and we appreciate our teachers, especially we want to show that appreciation during this week, but really every day is Teacher Appreciation Day, honestly. And so we're so grateful for all of you that have joined us today, and then all of you are watching on the playback. We appreciate you. We're grateful for you. Go pick up the book. You need it right now, and all your friends need it too. So if you're just starting guided math in your school or district, be sure and check with Wendy at daveburgessconsulting.com that's how you email her for bulk book orders. And this is a great book that would be really well received as a bulk book order for any district that started guided math for the first time, or maybe you already have it, but you want to amp it up. This is your source. So check it out. Is that what
I
you're
was going to say? There's a book study as well. So
yes.
That if you are thinking of doing this as a team or in a school, then the accompanying book study is coming soon. It's ready, but we're just going to put it on in a minute.
Yes, we will put that. So the book study will also be available on the daveburgessconsulting.com website. And then you can also find it on Regan's Teachers Pay Teachers for Free site as well. So be sure to check it out. You will appreciate that, especially if you're ordering bulk book orders. It's already ready-made for you. Administrators, you can just get out there and get started with your book study. So thanks to everyone, and we are so excited for Guided Math Amps. We're so excited for you, Regan, and thanks for all of you who joined us today. Be sure and get those comments over in the comment section to enter yourself to win a party favor, which is a free DVC Inc. book of choice. That will be chosen tomorrow morning. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.